All right, you guys, it is week 14, and that means it is time for our rematch with the Niners. After losing to them on Thanksgiving Day, we went on to beat the Cowboys the following week, and now we're playing against the Niners again, and the next week we finish out this hell schedule against the Eagles. It would be great to go at least 2-2 against these four great teams, or I guess three great teams, but four great games. But before we get into the game, let's go ahead and look at what we have to do. Mainly, we just have to upgrade players. We're not going to renegotiate any contracts because we can't. But after getting that big win last week, we got a lot of experience. So we got a lot of players with two upgrades. And so Kenny McIntosh had a big game, 50 receiving yards and 50 rushing yards. Didn't get in the end zone, I don't think. But we're going to upgrade his elusiveness for the first one. And then for the second one, we're going to actually upgrade him as a receiving back. And in fact, I would have upgraded him as a receiving back both times, but it is what it is. He's up to a 67 overall, which is pretty solid. He is 23 years old as a rookie, though, so he's on the older side a little bit. Right now, he's getting 91 break tackle because of our sort of morale boost that we have. Holden Allers, our third-string QB, he's getting 2 upgrades as well. So Ken Walker, even though he's injured with a torn pec and out for the season, he's getting an upgrade as well. And what Ken Walker is learning while he's out with injury is that he is going to be more of a receiving back. This is the second time that we've upgraded him as a receiving back. So his overall hasn't increased, but he's been getting better and better as a catcher of the football, which is exactly what we want him to do. We want him to be able to run some routes as well. If he can run some routes, he can basically do everything on the field. Tariq Woolen's getting an upgrade. We're going to upgrade his man because his man is egregiously low still. Getting +2 to man, so he is now up to 75 man coverage. Still absurdly low for him, but starting to get somewhere. Originally, I think it was 69, but finally it's up to 75. JSN getting an upgrade, and we are going to continue to upgrade him as a slot receiver, almost to an 85 at this point. And once he gets to an 85, we can finally give him slot apprentice, and I think he also gets a third ability slot. He does at 85 overall. So he is one upgrade away from kind of becoming even more ridiculously good as a rookie. Jordan Brooks getting an upgrade. I would like to upgrade him as a run stopper, just fully dive into him being a really good run stopper. He has such low zone coverage. I didn't even realize his zone coverage is only 57, but it's incredibly low that I don't even know if we want to try to develop him as a coverage guy. Uchenna Nwosu, going to get him up to an 80 overall, which is great, getting a +3 and a -1, so an 82 overall. With everything considered. Damian Lewis getting an upgrade. Zach Charbonnet getting an upgrade. Dwayne Eskridge. Derek Hall. I want to upgrade him as a speed rusher instead of a power rusher. And so this is going to upgrade his awareness, finesse move, and zone coverage, which I'm fine with. And anyone else that we're going to upgrade that's going to be unique to them. So Colby Parkinson, we want to make sure that we upgrade him as a possession receiver just because he's really slow. We want to make sure his catching is really good and his route running is pretty solid too. Never going to be much of a, like downfield seam sort of burner like Noah Fant is. And then looking at anyone else we want to upgrade that's different from what they would upgrade. Everyone else, we're just going to go ahead and auto upgrade. So everyone's going to go up 1 overall. And that was a lot of upgrades, man. That was like 16 or 17 this week. And some players, even with the double upgrades between Holton Allers and Kenny McIntosh. But we're going to go ahead and get into our game. Actually, one thing I remember before we get into our game is looking at the NFC West standings. We have to win this game to be tied with the Niners. We'd both be 7-6, and then there would be no tiebreaker for wins because we'd be 1-1. I think it might go to point total at that point, or point differential between the two games. I'm not entirely sure. And the Cards are behind us now with a loss. So we're half a game ahead. I don't even know how that works exactly. Basically, if we win this game, we're going to be, 2 full games ahead of them, I'm pretty sure. And then, okay, I can't math. We're just going to get into the game. All right, we're coming out in the all whites, playing in San Francisco, or should I say we're playing in Santa Clara. Gino now up to 16 interceptions, and we want to keep it there. Of course, we've had some interceptions as a result of pressure the last couple of weeks. We've also had some inaccurate passes from time to time and some poor decisions being made along the way, but hopefully we can... I really don't want to have any more picks than 16 with Gino, is basically what I'm trying to say. And Brock Purdy looking exceptionally dark this week for some reason. I'm not sure why. Geno Smith and the offense coming out onto the field. And I don't believe we have any significant injuries that came from last week. So we should expect to see a regular offense. Although, from last week, we did get Kenny McIntosh more involved in the entire offense. I mean, before he was a non-factor before last week. But he came in and had 50 receiving yards and 50 rushing yards and figures to be a long-term part of this offense for the rest of the season as a change of pace / third down and receiving back to mix it up with Charbonnet. JSN could get open on this sort of deep slant. And it looks like he will. Can we hold on to it? Hufanga almost came down and made a play on it. It's going to be 3rd and 9. Okay, on 3rd and 9. Got 2 deep safeties. Looks like it might be... Looks like it's going to be zone coverage. And I'm going to guess it's cover 3. Well, Noah Fant comes open, holds on to it. Getting it right behind Dre Greenlaw. Going to run Charbonnet again. And I'm going to go ahead and change my mind because we would be running it right into Fred Warner and Nick Bosa. Run some zone beating concepts, and Lockett holds onto it for 8 yards. Lockett just coming off of his best game of the season with 4 grabs for 2 touchdowns and 100 receiving yards. Really just one really explosive play where he beat the DB on the outside for about a 60-yard touchdown. That was for most of his yards. Got Lockett on a crosser here, and oh my God, Fred Warner comes in and makes a huge play. Jumps it completely, just sits over the middle. Lockett's 10 yards behind him, and we admittedly we bulleted the pass. Lockett doesn't have the height to really catch a high point pass, but a great play by Fred Warner. And just as I was talking about trying to not throw a 17th pick, we did it. All right, we're coming out in cover 3 in base 3-4 defense. They have single back on the field right now. Not too worried about their backup tight end. I think it's Cameron Letu. Coming through the hole, Devin Bush tried to fill it, but Mike Jackson not going to be able to make a play. Quandre Diggs can't make the tackle. McCaffrey finally goes out. Cameron Letu is injured on the play, though, as a blocker. All right, coming out nickel. I don't even see Agnew on the field right now. I think they have Gray. Bring it underneath. Purdy throwing it. Oh, he's just throwing it away. Thought we had a chance to get a pick. He was trying to throw it up to Ayuk, but it turns out he's just throwing it away. Coming out in base 3-4 on this play. Got Kittle over the middle. Got to worry about him for sure. Gonna be another run play. Bobby just falls down. No one's there to get to McCaffrey. McCaffrey stiff arms Kobe Bryant. Finally goes down after a big pickup down to the 11-yard line. And yeah, Bobby got completely pancaked by George Kittle on that play. Watching over the middle. And he's going to get it off, and it's going to go for a touchdown. Trying to play 2 at once with Devin Bush. Didn't work out. Denny Gray is the one that catches it for the TD. I try a little slip screen to begin. Could be a problem because Fred is already an X factor. We have no momentum, and Kenny McIntosh could not get open. He got stuck on a defensive lineman. Hargrave comes in to combine for the sack. And it's going to be 2nd and 20. And this is feeling very much like the Rams game. Very much like the Rams game, where we lost momentum early off of a turnover or not scoring and giving up a touchdown early. And now we are going to pay the price. We're probably not going to be able to do anything over the top. Goes straight out of bounds. We were looking at the drag route from DK. Wasn't there. And then we decided to go to the corner. And that's just really not how you should be making progressions generally. If you're looking to pick up 20 yards, especially. JSN, dangerous ball. Greenlaw doesn't have the same athleticism and playmaking skill as Fred Warner, but he's at least able to tip the underneath crossing route away. Coming out in nickel once again. Got Mike Morrison, who had a pretty solid week in his first week. Played a lot of snaps, throwing it underneath. Purdy had a lot of time. Again, we are struggling to get pressure. Purdy was knocked down, but he had about 5 seconds in the pocket. I know we're only rushing 4, but we shouldn't have to bring a blitz every single time we want to get pressure. You're going to send Julian Love on a DB blitz, but he gets picked up on a block, and Elijah Mitchell takes it for 20 yards, and it's looking ugly early. Full momentum. We basically just got to weather the storm. We know that they're going to probably go crazy here for a couple minutes, and we just need to try to not get killed, basically. We got to stay in this game in some way. The blocks are insane right now, though. Elijah Mitchell's picking up 20 yards per carry. So is Christian McCaffrey, and we have some good run stoppers in right now. Bobby being one of them, Rayshon Jenkins being another. And our D-line, Mike Morris and Draymond Jones, fantastic at stopping the run. But a huge hit coming in from Devin Bush, making McCaffrey lose 2 yards for the first time, finally showing some fight on the defensive end. And that's the sort of playmaking we need defensively to kind of, again, weather the storm. And we do force a fumble. Someone fall on it. Devin Bush is the one who recovers. Who got the pressure? And just as I was talking crap about the defense not getting pressure, we come in and deliver a huge game-changing play, getting the sack, and Derek Hall coming in and forcing the fumble along with Bobby. Both of them made the play. Ultimately, it was probably combined for a sack, and Devin Bush coming in and falling on the football. Huge plays being made by our linebackers. Fred Warner still in X Factor. I'll let Charbonnet run it out to the left, but Nick Bosa is over there. Got to worry about him. Coley Parkinson with a great block. Sean Gibson finally tackles him down for a 7-yard pickup. Now we got a play action read. Noah Fant with a corner, and then DK with a kind of a post route. And DK, an inaccurate ball, and it's going to be picked off. I mean, I don't know what to do. It's just an overthrow. It's just an overthrow, and we're getting so many of these. I don't know what to say. I really don't know what to do to not throw an interception on a wide-open receiver. Debo goes down. Good tackle by Quandre Diggs. Still a 4-yard pickup. Is some chunks. They got 3 running backs out right now, I believe. They have used check in. Underneath, watching. Ooh, Mike Morris tried to pick it off, but it still was caught by George Kittle. You know, Mike Morris, understandably, maybe won't pick the ball off, but if he could just get one of his big, meaty claws on the football, we could force an incompletion, but somehow the ball just phased through him and got to George Kittle. Because Brock Purdy is just that good, I guess. 1st and 10, we're watching the drags. We can't watch both of them at the same time. Juszczyk holds onto it, breaks a tackle. Finally is brought down by Julian Love by grabbing his ankle. Juszczyk looks slow to get up. It's going to be 2nd and 1. But we had a chance to get ourselves back into the game. But we unfortunately threw our second pick. And, of course, on the play action, Danny Gray comes wide open. We are hurting a little bit in the secondary, missing Devin Witherspoon, our corner. Our second corner on the team behind Tariq Woolen. So Mike Jackson and Kobe Bryant are combining to fill in for that spot. Play action again on the cross. We're throwing it underneath. Kittle goes out of bounds for 0 yards. But we need another stop from the defense. Asking the defense to do a lot here. At the start of the second quarter, we got to call timeout. We are all mixed up on defense. We're in base 3-4. They're spread out completely wide with no running back in the backfield. We're going to get killed on that play, probably for a touchdown. Instead, we're going to come out in nickel, like we should. And they're coming out in not the same formation, because Christian McCaffrey is back in the backfield. Switching formations again, though. McCaffrey is now on the right side. They have the 3 receivers on the left. So I'm watching George Kittle he went for the curl. We missed the tackle on Ayuk. Ayuk goes down, but picks up the first before going down. Really, that was just bad tackling for him. We should have had the tackle on Ayuk earlier, much earlier, but we missed it. Bobby coming in, almost getting the shoelace tackle, and McCaffrey just shrugs off. I believe that was Rayshon Jenkins, and gets the second touchdown of the game for the Niners. And we went from potentially being back into it to losing all momentum again. All right, we're going to try a little halfback slip screen again, see if this one will actually work to McIntosh this time. Looks like it looks like it's zoned. Can we get the ball? If we do to McIntosh, beats one man, almost picks up the first. Geno Smith now 3 for 8 with 2 picks. Always is great when we start with that sort of line. Geno now up to 17 interceptions on the season, or 18, I believe. Yeah, he's up to 18 picks on the season. McIntosh gets hit by Warner, but is able to pick up the first at least. We are getting back to sort of running the football a little bit more because it has been working. I'm going to try this RPO, though. JSN getting a block from Lockett, but not really getting a block from Lockett. Lockett was just kind of standing there. Got a deep in coming from DK. We got Noah Fant in the seam. Fred Warner is lurking right there. And so underneath, getting the ball to Lockett. Can't hold on to it. Had a DB all over him. I believe that was Isaiah Oliver. Again, you got to watch out for where Fred Warner is at. We're going to send JSN on a slant. He can hear us, luckily. We're sitting back underneath. We're going to have to punt it away. All right, 1st and 10. Going out with a man blitz. Looks like it's a definite run. Just trying to get out from their own goal line. And McCaffrey gets great blocks. Again, Trent Williams is just running through our defensive line. Again, we do have some really good defensive linemen in right now to stop the run. Mike Morris being one of them. Derek Hall's not much of a run stopper, but Draymond Jones absolutely is. Brock Purdy getting pressured. Devin Bush making another huge play. Forcing the safety. And Devin Bush is not letting us fall out of this game. He is making so many plays, falling on the fumble recovery, and then forcing the safety. That absolutely could change the game. We have to get a functional drive together, though. See if this ball goes out of bounds. And it stays in. Oh, my God. All right, coming out in pistol, something that we usually don't see from our offense. See if we can mix something up. Got great blocks to start off with. Afunga there to combine for the tackle with Harris. Only picking up 3 yards on the play. Felt like we could get a lot more. All right, we got another bubble RPO. See if Metcalf can get open. Looks like it's going to be zone coverage. Instead, we're going to give it off to McIntosh, who gets drilled into the ground for a 2-yard pick. I'm making it 3rd and 5. All right, 3rd and 5. Should expect a pass. We're going to send Ingram out as a receiver. I don't know why I said Ingram. All right, we're going to send McIntosh out as a receiver. Got 2 seconds to snap it. Got DK underneath. Really conservative, but he holds on to it. Doesn't get tackled. Picks up the first. And we are being extremely conservative to a fault at this point. We had stuff deep down the field, but we're not even looking at it. We're too worried about the pass rush coming in and getting a quick sack. McIntosh goes down easily, losing a yard on the play. We're probably using him too much right now out of pistol as a runner. He is really more of a receiving back. And what I mean by that is he's not gonna fight through contact. He's gonna go down at first contact. McIntosh underneath. Bad ball by Gino, I guess. Good accuracy, but it was just out of reach. 3rd and 11. I don't know. I really don't know what we're gonna do here. Gonna switch into the gun, out of pistol. Got JSN on the corner that could come open. We're gonna move DK over and move him into a short out. And hopefully we can draw that DB away. DK might be wide open underneath, though. He is not. So that means JSN should come open. JSN holds on to it. Big time grab by JSN. And a good ball from Gino that time. Have to praise Gino when he actually does throw the football well. 1st and 10. Gonna try a little counter play. Actually, I don't really want to run that because, again, Fred Warner is on the left side. Even though Nick Bosa is on the right side, coming out and play action instead. We got to throw it away because Nick Bosa is right there. Evan Brown, our center, is injured, holding his shoulder. All right, 2nd and 10. Again, we have to do something on this drive. We have to put points on the board to stay in this game. Cannot punt the ball away. 2nd and 10. DK beat his man one-on-one. Oh, boy. It was a curl. I knew it was a curl, but it was a really slow ball. Luckily Metcalf, yeah, he's basically like a power forward or a center. He just boxed his man out, held onto the football, which is great. But yeah, no, just a slow ball. Oh my God, what a pancake from Damian Lewis. Charbonnet picking up 3 on the play, and again, haven't been super excited with the running game in this game especially. It makes sense. The Niners have a great defensive line. Do we abandon it altogether? I don't think so. Noah Fant, can you get a block from Metcalf? No, Metcalf is downfield blocking. You needed a block on the defender right there. And Noah Fant now with 2 catches for just 15 yards. 3rd and 6. If we get stopped, we are going to go for it. So we just need to pick up some yards. Got Charbonnet underneath. I like Fant there. Can't hold on to it. Warner was on him. Be 4th and 6 from the 32. Does 3 do anything for us? I don't think it does enough. We're going for it. Got JSN on the out. He's so far away, though. Let's see, we might switch out of this into a different formation. Yeah, we're feeling about this. JSN is wide open. Clearly a miscommunication in coverage. Wide open, got to make the ball accurate, and he does. Good thing Gino actually remembered how to throw a football that time. We did have that game against the Niners last time where JSN was wide open, and we tried to throw a hitch to him, and it was an inaccurate pass, and that was how we lost the game on 4th down. It was brutal. Charbonnet getting good blocks. Werner does come in for the tackle. We have 1 timeout remaining. We're going to use it. We're down at the 6-yard line. We have 28 seconds remaining, so we can dead the ball if we do get caught inbounds on a catch or if we decide to run it. I like DK on the zig, but it's a little bit dangerous with 1 linebacker lurking underneath. What I'm going to do is Nick Bosa is not going to drop. Fred Warner looks like he's on Tyler Lockett. Lockett's not getting pressed, though, so we're going to see if we can get him on a slant. And we can. Can he hold on to it? No. He gets hit by Dre Greenlaw as well. That, I feel like, is the perfect opportunity. You know, Tyler Lockett, one of the best receivers, you could say, in the NFL. And Fred Warner, definitely the best middle linebacker in the NFL. Definitely at least for pass coverage. And I just feel like Lockett has the inside step. He's not being pressed. He has a free release. He's got to be able to make that play, right? Jason underneath. Can he make it? No. It's going to be 4th and 4. 22 seconds remaining. Got to pick up 4 yards. All right, no one's seeing this coming. So we're sending JSN on a slant and D'Eskridge. We think that this is man coverage, and JSN is going to bring Fred Warner over as well. You know, see if D'Eskridge comes open on this play, and he does! He held on to it, too. What a catch by D'Eskridge. I'm not going to lie. Didn't expect much out of him. I kind of thought that we could use JSN as a diversion, though, and it worked. We used him as the distraction, the decoy, and D'Eskridge was left wide open. They brought a blitz off that side as well, but he still got hit on the play, so it was a fantastic grab by D'Eskridge to not drop the ball because Dre Greenlaw was all over him. All right, I feel really good about where we're at in this game, especially because we decided to go for it before the end of the first half a couple times, and it paid off. Quadra trying to guard multiple people. Danny Gray breaking a tackle, finally going down with Rayshawn Jenkins tackling him, but we're making it really easy for Purdy right now. So are the Niners. They have fantastic players all around, but we are just not playing excellent coverage. We got guys wide open against the Niners right now, and McCaffrey wasn't McCaffrey. It was a read option, and surprisingly Purdy kept it, but only had 1 yard to gain. Not a great athlete. Come out in cover 3. Got 3 receivers out right, and Kittle by himself on the left. We're switching formations though. Bring 3 receivers over to the left or 2 receivers over to the left with Kittle. And we're watching the seam again, watching the ends, and wide open Debo gets hit by Tariq Woolen, but again, another wide open receiver getting killed in zone coverage. You got 3 tight ends on the field. We're going to bring a man blitz. Again, this is either probably going to be play action or just a straight up run for McCaffrey. We're ready for either. It's a counter, and Nwosu coming in unblocked to stop McCaffrey for a 4-yard loss. 2nd and 14. Expect to pass. Playing man coverage, just cover 2 high. Watching the corner route, we're all over. But the other corner route for Kittle was wide open too, and Bobby speared Kittle in the, in the footballs. Rayshawn Jenkins was also there. But that was a big mismatch. We should have realized that Bobby was guarding George Kittle, because that was a horrible matchup. One-on-one, Tariq. Can he get the pick inbounds? He doesn't get... Oh, my God. He got his hands on it, but he couldn't hold on to it. Tariq with another opportunity. He had a similar chance in our first game against the Niners as well to get a pick. But that time, I believe, in the first game, he was out of bounds. Or the ball was out of bounds. One-on-one. Oh, and this time Tariq gets beat. They targeted him. Danny Gray, their 4th-string wide receiver, beats him on an in. And I expected Tariq to play better coverage, given the fact that he now has 75-man coverage, and he's extremely fast and long. But Danny Gray still beats him on the inside. All right, well, that definitely hurt to give up that touchdown to start the second half, but doesn't mean that the game is over, not by a long shot. Got DK underneath. Over the top, though. Ooh, Fant doing a poor job of tracking the football. Don't know if that was Fant or if that was Gino throwing an inaccurate pass. Can't really tell. At this point, it could be either. Got a deep in coming from JSN. JSN, if we had enough time, if we had half a second more, JSN was coming wide open. We needed to make sure that JSN wasn't going to pass by Fred Warner because Warner has already picked off a pass standing over the middle. But on 3rd and 10, we got to convert. Get enough time. JSN holds on to it. It's going to be 4th and inches. And down by the amount of points we're down by 12 points. We are going to need to go for it. Can McIntosh provide for us? He can. Holds on to it. He's got a low carrying. I think he only has like 87 carrying. But holds on to the football for a huge first down pickup. And Fred Warner in X Factor for the 2nd time this game. And trying to get this halfback screen off, and it works. You get good blocks. Fred Warner's not going to be fooled by a juke, though. 5-yard pickup for McIntosh. Got a corner and an out over to the left. Metcalf underneath. So far, Fant, again, has kind of struggled to get anything going. Metcalf able to... No, not able to hold on to it. Gets hit at the last second. Forces the ball loose. It's going to be 3rd and 5. Now, I would imagine this would be unexpected. Running a read option. And Charbonnet coming in, trying to get a couple yards. Picks up 2. And we're near the 50, so we're going to be going for it. Now, some of you might think that we're going for it at an extremely high rate. Especially near midfield in any way. And you'd be right. But I feel like that's kind of the way that the NFL is trending already, especially with the tush push for the Eagles. But this is a must-get 4th down. And honestly, it would be a mistake not to go for it, I feel like. And the middle is wide open. Jason getting a block. Geno trying to... Oh, get down, get down. Oh, my God. Luckily, he didn't fumble. 25-yard pickup from Geno Smith. I thought there was a spy over the middle for half a second, but it was just a zone defender. And a huge run by Geno up the middle. Something that we don't see very often from him. Stepping up in the pocket and just running straight down the field for 25 yards. But playing against good competition will do that to you. You're going to be doing some things you're not really used to because they were forcing you to do that. We got JSN underneath. I don't love it. We're going to throw it away. Only got 120 passing yards so far. We got DK on a kind of like a little hit. I don't even know what to call that necessarily. Underneath. Dangerous ball. Lockett holds onto it. A late throw by Geno ended up working out still, but could have very easily been intercepted. Okay, we're running 4 reverts. We're going to send McIntosh on a short out. And we're looking at Lockett underneath. Lockett! Oh, he dove for it, but couldn't hold on to it. A good ball from Geno. Bufunga was there. Trying another halfback screen, seeing if we can catch them off guard. This is away from Nick Bosa and Fred Warner's side, so we're hoping that this could work. The DT... I don't even know who that was. That Hargrave? Yeah, Hargrave recognized it immediately. It's going to be 3rd and 6. Got a couple yards in the play, but nothing significant. It's still going to be 3rd and long. Got Fant. I would love for Fant to get open. I don't know that that's going to happen. We're going to send McIntosh on an out as well. McIntosh underneath. Doesn't get anything. It's going to be 4th and 5. It would be 9 points if we took the field goal. We're going to go ahead and take the field goal here. Now, some of you might be like, well, why are you taking the field goal here but not earlier? Oh my God, almost got blocked. And the main reason we decided to take the field goal is just to stay in the game. Wasn't confident we were going to convert on 4th and 5 again. Already did multiple, but Quandre Diggs comes up with a huge pick. And that's what the reward we get for trusting our defense to get a stop. Taking the field goal, we trusted our defense to come out and make a play, and Quandre Diggs does just that, getting us already on the Niners side of the field with 30 seconds left in the 3rd. Got a bubble RPO for DK. Looks like he should have it here. Misalignment. Good block this time from Lockett. Metcalf able to use his speed. Looked like he fumbled for half a second, but he picks up 8 on the bubble screen. DK has not really had any sort of downfield one-on-one opportunities. And I don't love this. Got to throw it away. At the last second, we saw Jason coming open on a corner or a post. Yeah, so we saw Jason coming kind of open there at the last second, but we just couldn't make that throw. 3rd and 2, we're coming out with spacing. Looks like it is zone coverage. Underneath, holding on to it is Lockett. Don't love that slant for beating zone, actually. I probably should have thrown it to the right side for spacing. See if Fant can get open on this corner route. Got one man to beat. Holds on to it. What? Man, he's got such good hands for us. Down to the 5-yard line. Big catch by Noah Fant. And we got spacing again. I would love to run it, but we're going to mix it up. Right now we're running play action. I do think that Metcalf could get open here. Fant could get open underneath as well. Up top, we don't have enough time to throw it. I was going to do a high point pass. I don't think they had any chance of getting picked, but it was going to be a contested catch probably for DK. I got 2nd and goal. We're going to try a read option with McIntosh, reading the edge. And McIntosh takes it up the middle, picks up a few yards. Really not having as much success as he did last week on the ground. 6 carries for 10 yards, but it's to be expected to some extent. You know, the Cowboys defense is pretty fantastic too. Their D-line is pretty great, but the Niners defense is even better. DK Metcalf on the slant. He gets it knocked loose. It's going to be 4th and goal. Now, we're going to take the field goal again because it'll be a 1-score game if we take the field goal. It wasn't great to throw it that close to Fred Warner. All right, coming out with 3 tight ends. Again, defense, I am asking you for another stop, please. Looks like it's going to be a run to McCaffrey. Great job by Derek Hall getting in very quickly. Derek Hall not known as a run stopper at all. Has very poor block shedding, but makes a huge play, forcing a loss of 3. And we've been on McCaffrey a couple times this game, getting in the backfield. Wagner over the middle. On the 2nd level, though, Ayuk holds on to it. Jackson with the tackle. Going to have to get a stop or get some pressure. Would be fantastic to get some pressure again. Force a fumble again. 1st and 10. Over the middle. And Debo holds on to it. Beats Mike Jackson. And again, they're kind of abusing our 2nd corner being out. Witherspoon, again, out for the rest of the regular season, basically. Going to probably be back in time for the last regular season game of the year. But run to the left. A great tackle by Nwosu. 3rd and 1. McCaffrey, you know, still averaging 5 yards per carry, but we've done a great job on a couple of plays forcing a loss. Come out an I form, expect a run. And it's play action. We're underneath. McCaffrey gets the 1st down at least. Kind of saw him coming open, but we didn't have enough time to get there. Once we saw this play action, we tried to drop back a little bit, and they kind of beat us just because of that. Got Mitchell and McCaffrey in the backfield. It's going to be a run for Mitchell, trying to get there, and Tariq does a great job coming down from the corner spot, getting a tackle for a loss of 1. Come out and cover 1. Got Rayshon Jenkins playing low. We expect another run play. Trying to burn clock. Over to the left, Rayshon can't make the tackle. McCaffrey finally brought down by Mike Morris and Draymond Jones. Again, the number 2 rush defense in the league. Yep, 100 yards so far this game, but I feel like the reason we have the number 2 rush defense is actually because we have the 32nd ranked pass defense, and so teams want to pass on us a lot more often. Come out and cover 3. We know a pass is probably coming. We got the zig on the inside. Julian Love gets beat, but a great tackle by Devin Bush again, making huge plays. Devin Bush is a game-changing player, man, making continuous game-altering plays. But okay, so they're going to take a field goal, which is going to give them a 2-possession lead. They're actually going to challenge the spot, which is a little surprising. But from the 42-yard line, if they decide to keep it... Oh my god, they overturned it. I thought for sure we got the stop there. I thought it'd at least be 4th and inches, but they just gave him the 1st straight up. Well, we think it's going to be a run. We're going to run commit. 5 seconds left. We got to keep him out of field goal range. It's a pass. Kittle goes down. Tariq with the tackle. At the 2-minute warning, we don't need to call timeout yet, but now we should expect a pass coming from them. Not going to pass or a run commit, but or a blah 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 blah. It's going to be a run. Play 2. Back in. Run to the left. McCaffrey gets tackled down early. And we're not going to use the timeout yet. It's going to be 3rd and 5. We are going to have to hope they miss a field goal or get an onside kick. That's the only options we got. Playing man coverage. Could be a pass. But it will be a run. Mitchell trying to get outside. Rayshon Jenkins is there to make the tackle. We're going to use that timeout. And they're going to kick a field goal here. Oh, they're not kicking a field goal. They want to win the game right now. Okay. We're pressing. Get Devin Bush playing inside. Trust him to make a play. Okay, we're going to come out and cover 2. to run. Devin Bush can't make the tackle this time. McCaffrey breaks another one. Tariq comes over for the tackle. And unfortunately, that's going to be the game. They did it, man. They went for it on 4th down when they could have taken the field goal. And they would have had a 9-point lead if they made the field goal. But they just didn't want us to touch the ball again. 2, 1. Elijah Mitchell running outside. Can't bring him down. Finally, Tariq gets there. And we had the opportunity or they were 7-5. And we were 6-6. We had the opportunity to tie records and both be 7-6. But instead, we are going to be down 2 games to them, likely out of the playoffs. But we have to beat the Eagles to have any shot of making the playoffs this season. So that was a killer. Defense overall did a great job. Offense underperformed. What can I say? Running game was non-existent. We tried to run it. Didn't really work out. Charles Cross is now going to be an 80 overall. But that is a buzzkill for sure. Because I thought we had a shot to beat the Niners in the second game in Santa Clara. And we walk away with a 6-point L. Because they decided to go for it on 4th down. If we could have got that 4th down stop, Devin Bush, I can't ask him to make every play. But he's been playing so well the last couple of weeks. Just a heartbreaker. We have 3 games left on the schedule. And so we got to win out, basically. We got to hope the Niners lose a couple of games because they have a 2-game lead over us at this point. And they have the tiebreaker. They beat us in both games this season already. But we got to beat the Eagles next week. Otherwise, it's over for sure. Have to beat the Eagles next week. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Oh, kind of backed out. Hope you guys enjoyed this this week. I'll see you guys in the next episode. Again, if you have any suggestions, always leave them in the comments. I'll see you guys. Peace.